If you want to learn exactly how to take cold calls that are about to end, where the prospect's going to hang up, or just basically say, hey, I'm not interested, and extend them into full-on conversations, and more importantly, turn them into listing appointments, in this video, I'm going to talk about a technique that most people honestly just don't talk enough about. And this technique in specific helped me completely transform my career when I would run into prospects or calls that honestly seemed like dead ends to most agents, where I was able to actually implement this technique and extend the conversations, and not only that, turn them into appointments, into deals. Let's hop right into this. I'm gonna keep this short and compact. By the way, if you guys are brand new to the channel and you want access to all of my free scripts and extended videos that are not on YouTube breaking those scripts down, all you have to do is click the link below and access my free school community. Let's hop right in. So, what we're gonna talk about today, guys, is called exit language. For example, when you are on a prospecting call, a cold call in specific, with a for sale by owner, expired, circle prospect, and you feel the tension rising, you feel like they're rushing you off the phone and they're about to hang up, most agents make the mistake of speeding up the pace of what they're saying. So let's say John's like, listen, man, we're not hiring an agent and just call me back in 2 weeks. And then you start saying, John, even if we brought you a strong offer, even if something made sense, even if after the commissions and all the closing costs, you had the numbers you wanted, we get nervous, we get stuttery, we start speaking faster, and that is when you lose complete control of the call. Because we've talked about this in other videos. What John is doing when he's telling you, hey, look, we're not interested, call me in 2 weeks, or when you just feel the tension rising in the call and you know the hang up is coming, that is the prospect leaning out of the conversation. And most salespeople, what they do is they lean in. Are you sure, John? Are you not interested? You wouldn't consider it even if? That is called you leaning in, and that is only gonna push John further away. What we need to do is lean out and use exit language. And I'm gonna show you guys some examples of exit language that you can use to make the prospect feel like you're going to hang up, or like they have permission to hang up, and then insert one re-engaging question that can reignite the conversation. So for example, you'll say something like this. And look, John, before I let you go, I know you're not looking to list with an agent right now, and I totally respect that. I guess the only reason why I reached out is to ask, and you can be honest with me, what's the plan if you guys actually don't end up selling the home? The power in this line that I just used is a few different things. Hey, John, before I let you go. That is called exit language. Instead of just saying, look, John, I know you're not looking to list with an agent, and I respect that. The only reason I reached out is to ask ABC, what I just asked. You got to say things like, and look, John, before I let you go. That is exit language. Now John is like, oh my gosh, this guy's going to hang up. His guard's gonna go down, he or she's guard is gonna go down, and he's actually going to listen to your question. And if you ask the question in the right way and you say, John, and you can be honest with me, off the record now, the call's coming to an end. If you actually don't end up selling the home, you're just gonna keep it, right? That is like a perfect example of exit language, negative frame, in a way that's gonna get them re-engaged. Because if imagine this, if you say, hey, John, and listen, man, I appreciate you having this conversation with me. I guess before I let you go, and by the way, look, I know that you're not looking to list with an agent right now, and I actually respect that. I guess before you hang up on me here, out of curiosity, John, and you can be honest off the record, if you guys actually don't end up selling this house, you're just gonna keep it, right? That is using a very curious tone, using exit language, and using a negative frame to label them as someone that's gonna keep it. What is likely to happen is he's gonna say, no, we can't just keep the house, we have to sell it because of ABC, or we can't keep it, we can't rent it, we have to do it because of ABC. And now you are back in the conversation. Example number 2. This is called a disarm in a frame. Listen, John, by the way, I appreciate the conversation this far. I know that you're busy, and I respect where you're at as a for sale by owner. You've probably gotten blown up with all these calls, and you're just trying to get this thing sold on your own, which, by the way, I think you can. I guess before I let you go, can I ask if I brought an offer that actually made sense even after the closing costs and the commissions? You're fully closed-minded to considering that? That is, again, a use of exit language and negative framing. This is super, super powerful. Let's say, for example, number 3, you feel like they're gonna hang up. The tension's rising. Maybe you asked the wrong question in the wrong way and the sales resistance went up. You'll say something like, look, totally fair, John. I just wanna let you know, I'm not here to convince you of anything. And John, I guess before you hang up, can I ask, what would actually have to happen for you to even consider working with someone like me? The important part here is, I guess before you hang up, you're assuming that John's gonna hang up, and now he feels like he can exit. It's called exit language. Guys, imagine this. I wanna tell you guys a quick story. Imagine you're the prospect and you're going about your day, you're doing your stuff, and you're living a fast-paced life. Somebody cold calls you. When they cold call you, imagine this right here, this iPad is a box. you're being put in that box. The longer that call goes on and the longer you're in that box that you didn't ask to be put in, the faster you're gonna wanna leave. The whole point of exit language is not just using it once attention goes up or once attention rises. It's using it continuously throughout the call to make them feel like they can leave the call at any point. When you make them feel like they can leave the call at any point, they're gonna feel in control, illusion of control, and they're gonna tell you the truth, which is gonna give you the actual hints that you need to get the deal closed. So, and I'm glad I mentioned that, because the importance of all this exit language that we're using is to understand that it's not just used once attention goes up. It is used throughout the entire call. And listen, I'm gonna give you guys another example. And listen, John, I know that this call is going on much longer than you expected, and I actually appreciate you even sharing all of this, which you don't have to. I guess out of curiosity, let me ask you, if we did connect you with that ideal client, I mean, what would the next steps look like for you guys? That is another example of exit language. Let's go to number 4. And look, John, I guess it sounds like your mind's made up, and that's fine. I respect that. I guess before you let me go. That's another powerful one. Instead of before I let you go, you can flirt with the idea of saying, before you let me go. It gives them the illusion of control. Before you let me go, the question here is, what would you say has been the most frustrating part of trying to sell on your own? Never really use that question. That's not a bad question. The whole point of the video today, guys, is teaching you that before you try to ask one more question to get them re-engaged, you need to use exit language. You know, John, before I let you go, John, before you hang up on me. And listen, John, I have another call to hop on here in a second. By the way, I appreciate all the stuff that you've shared with me. It definitely sounds like right now, even if I was able to bring you a significantly better result than you can bring yourself, you're telling me right now that you're fully closed-minded and you're gonna do it for sale by owner no matter what, right? That is using exit language and an extremely negative frame. You'd be surprised. The prospect is likely gonna tell you, what do you mean? If you bring me a better offer, what does that look like, etc. Let's see if we can find one more example here. You can use something like, for example, number 7 right here. Look, John, I can hear it in your voice. And by the way, I appreciate the conversation, but it sounds like you've already made up your mind regardless of what alternative result I can bring you, even if it was better than what you're doing right now. I guess just curious before I go, what would have to change for you to even be open to conversation down the line? That is a great re-engaging question and a great example of exit language. Guys, I'm not gonna keep this video super long. You understand what I'm trying to say right now. Just imagine the story I told you about the box. When you're cold calling a prospect, they're being put in a box that they don't wanna be in. The more they feel in control of leaving that box whenever, the more they're gonna be vulnerable, tell you the truth, answer your questions, and give you the clues that you need to be able to set that appointment and close that deal. If you guys enjoyed this video, I come out with videos at this point every other day on YouTube in different topics and different pieces of information that can give you guys valuable tactical information to close more real estate deals. And like I said earlier, if you want my free extended scripts, click the link below, get them for free. And if you guys want to speak directly with me and see whether or not we're a good fit, click the link below as well. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.